Eric, with regard to Casemiro, was he always a target of yours throughout the summer? Because he seemed to just sort of come from left field and was done really quick, unlike, let's say, the De Jong thing, which you had a lot of time. So I just wonder, were you always keen on him, you know, for a long time?
We have a list, so we have options. And he was always on, but we didn't know that he get available. And so in the moment we get that signals, we get proactive and we get it done, and we are really happy with that, of course.
May I just ask, how will you, if you want him to play well for your team, what would you like to see from him, Casemiro, as a player?
I think he is, I said the cement between the stones, and he can let other players really well because he's a leader. He really well good in the strategist, and he can play a ball as well, and he's winning challenges, so he brings a lot into a game, and he will help us. So in between, he will be the link, a really important role, and I'm really happy to have that role now occupied in our squad.
James.
Hi, Eric. Can I just ask what your reasoning was, your thinking behind picking Varane on Monday, who was excellent, of course, but we know he's a great player from what he's done in the past, but you didn't pick him to start the season. And whether it was also, is it a difficult situation when you've got to leave out your captain, having made Maguire the captain?
First, we have options, and as you already said, Varane, his stature is immense. And in pre-season, first he had to come in the season, we have to build him physical, and so a little bit slower start. And so he was fit in the first games, but in the first period of the pre-season, he wasn't always. And so we're happy, we built him in that way, and you see when the team needed him, he was really there. And his profile, but his stature, all what he won already in the past shows he can really contribute to this team. And for the team there's competition, and we need it. We have to cover so many games, and we can do that in several constructions, and we can see from game to game what we need, and that can be the construction from Liverpool, but also second half in Brentford we play with Varane and Maguire in the center. So there are many options. I forget now about injuries. Victor Lindelof did really well in pre-season, so I'm happy he will be back Sunday in the squad. So we have another option. So also in the internal we have a competition, and that's good. And I think top teams need it.
It is, though. It's an awkward situation when the captain isn't playing, because you would expect the captain to play most games. So that is obviously going to be a topic of debate, and presumably a very difficult decision for you. Yeah,
but what I say, that doesn't mean that when you are captain that you are established to play always, and especially not when you also have Varane in your squad.
Neil and then Neil.
Eric, with Anthony being out injured, is Cristiano available for selection this weekend? Is he fit?
Yes, both.
And obviously, you wanted to start the season with Anthony. How big a blow is it, him being out of the team, because he did particularly well in the second half when he came on?
Yeah, pre-season, he did really good. I was really happy with his contribution, and same. That's why also I bring him in. You can do what impact he can have on our game. So yeah, it's definitely. But still, we have other players also who can play in that role and will do well. So I never talk about players who are not available. We have to do it with the players who are there.
And obviously, Marcus started as a centre forward, but then you moved him to the left wing, and he scored in the second half. Do you see him as more as a winger or a striker, or do you just see him as someone who can play every role across the front three?
I think he can play every role, as you saw last Monday. But it was really good, I think, to make that sub with Martial and then Ressi to the left, because we know his inside runs is really dangerous, and you saw it with the second goal.
Neil.
Erik, Ralph Rangnick always said how impressed he was with Marcus in training, and he said he wished he could just transfer that onto the pitch. Do you feel you're going to be able to do that, and was Monday a sign that could come, that the full Marcus shows in training that
Marcus,
you can get, that you can get on the pitch.
Yeah. I was convinced about that. Hey, from first moment in pre-season, he impressed me. I knew already before. Hey, he was a magnificent talent and player. But he showed in every training session. He's really positive. It's good energy. Pre-season was good, and I hope he will continue like this and be positive. And he will always, with his movements, he will create chances. The team will create him chances, and he has to believe that the team and he will do that. And then it's about get the right finish.
And you can see that belief in him again, maybe.
I'm convinced of from that he can stick in that belief. Yes.
Just one other thing, just on the captaincy. If for example, Bruno, who is going to play most games, and he has the armband, does a point come where you have to say he is now the captain because he is playing most games?
I'm looking not so far. We have only one game, and we have a leader group, and Harry, quite clear. Bruno is one of them, and what I think Bruno did quite well in his role as captain. He was really the captain by example, and he did. He brings so much energy to the team in and out of possession. So I was really happy with his role and his performance. Yeah.
We've got a tight schedule with travel, so just limit to one question each, please, to get a short few more in. James.
Erik, just following on from Neil on Rashford and also Sancho, throughout your coaching career, you've got a reputation of improving and developing talent. Are you quite excited by the challenge ahead of trying to turn Marcus and Jadon into the players that everyone thinks they can become? Because obviously it's not just on, obviously there's a huge onus on them, but do you feel you can have a big impact on their development?
I will give my 100% for that, and we have to work hard. I have to work hard with my players. I'm confident they can do it. And now they have to get that belief as well. And you see when they bring that on the pitch, then you can see which impact they can have. And I was really happy that just they scored the 2 goals, because I hope that will give them the push and that they can do the hard work. They're really contribution in defending and in pressing, but also they contribute in the creativity and in creating chances and in finishing chances, and that is what they are really good in. So it's about when they believe that, they will do it.
Mark.
Erik, you said basically all summer that midfield was an area that you were desperate to strengthen. Now you've got Casemiro, you've got Christian Eriksen playing in there as well. Is that enough in your mind now, and is that the balance that you've been looking for there?
Oh, look, we have many options there now. Well, with Fred, with Scott. And so you said Christian, Casemiro, Bruno, Donny. So we have now options there how we can outbalance the midfield. Yeah.
But is it somewhere that you'd still look to try and address, like in this next week of the window?
I think when you want to be, I know in this moment we are not the world top, clear, but the intention always has to be for Man United to look for better. So good is not good enough. Always go for better, and that has to be the culture and hold the club, of course, there on the pitch. And that is what the demand is on the players, but also around and in every department of the club.
We only have time for one more, I'm afraid, Paul.
Just following on from what you said to Mark there, do you think that the players are receptive to that drive from yourself to change the culture, to make them realise that good is not good enough?
It has to be the standard, so it is a demand, and we have to go that way.